Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today our movie in the middle is Sinners. Sinners is the newest film by Ryan Coogler about two brothers who leave their troubled past and return to their hometown to start up a juke joint, but the party quickly goes south when they are invaded by a group of vampires. It stars Michael B. Jordan, Hailee Steinfeld, Caton, Wunmi, Mosaku, Jack O'Connell, Delroy, Lindo, and oh shit, is that Bennett? Well, he is definitely participating. Alright, y'all, we are coming up to Halloween in April. I'm coming up to my Disney trip, so I had a lot of videos that I was going to be doing in the next couple of weeks for all of that, but I had to squeeze this one in because it's getting a lot of critical reviews and audience reviews that are just glowing, and honestly, I get it. Starting off with the highs, Michael B. Jordan gives probably my favorite and probably his best role that I've seen yet, or should I say two roles, because he plays two separate characters. He did such an amazing job at playing both these roles in very different ways so that you could absolutely tell them apart, even if they were wearing the same exact outfit. They're wearing different outfits, so it makes it easier, but he did such a good job with the emotion, the intensity, but the lightheartedness, the comedy, everything. He was so good at carrying this movie. And of course, Hailee Steinfeld is second billing on this, and she did an amazing job as well. I don't think I've seen her in anything that's like super serious. You know, I've only ever seen her in Bumblebee and Hawkeye. Outside of that, I don't really think I've seen her in much else, and she was very good in this. You know, it's really cool to see her taking on a deeper role, and this was awesome. You know, I mean, it has so many layers to it, and she did such a great job with the aspect of her being the only, I think she might be like 75% white person in this juke joint, and having those dynamics of, you know, knowing a lot of black people and being, you know, more romantically involved with black people, having more black people's friends than white people, and and wanting to leave that part of her life behind. She did a really, really great job with that emotion. I mean, there's a shot where she does the perfect actor thing, where she has somebody tell her something, and then she has a reaction, and then there's just the one tear. So good. Now, you know what the weird part about this is I actually don't think she was in it as much as I expected her to be, which is odd considering literally all of this press tour and hype around, especially Michael B. Jordan and Hailee Steinfeld, and ooh, were they dating? Because he looked at her in the red dress. It's been them, just the two of them. But the odd thing is like halfway through this movie, I don't want to say she disappears, but she's definitely not in it as much. She's more a part of a whole group rather than just her. And there's actually a lot of other people in this movie that take on a lot of the scenes and the emotion of the movie. Specifically, Wunmi Mosaku, if I'm saying that correctly, who only thing I'd ever seen her in was Loki, and I saw she was going to be in this, and I was like, all right, I don't really know her from that much, but wow, she took on a whole role in this and was just so good. Like, all of these actors are so good. And Caton, this is his first credited role, and he was amazing. It's like literally introducing this actor, and he did such a good job. All of these actors put body, mind, and soul and heart into these roles and into this story, because you can tell it's so important to them, especially because it's a movie about black culture and where music came from, and you can tell that they were so passionate about this. Now, before I move on, there is one other character that I have yet to mention, and it's not one you're probably going to think of: music. Music is absolutely a character in this movie because it is so foundational and has such a big role in both the themes and the plot of the movie. In Sinners, music has many purposes. It's a celebration. It's an escape. Music's a foreboding and a trap. It's a talent, a luxury, a cult, and a consolation. And of course, again, there's this huge emphasis on black culture and where this music came from and what it means to people in that culture. And it was so cool to see this and just how much it's an importance in their lives, and, you know, and where they were able to, you know, escape through music and feel free through music and be able to connect with each other through music. And the score, my God, I mean, aside from just the songs alone, which are amazing in this movie, the score is amazing. You know, there's not often that I notice a score as hard as I did in this one, but it's so crucial to the movie. And Ludwig Göransson, I mean, he is one of the best composers we have working today. Just absolutely stellar. And all of this leads into what is one of the biggest highs of the movie, which is the atmosphere. The lighting, the costumes, the production design, the cinematography, the music, everything goes together to make this very unique feeling movie, which is sometimes a very quiet, rural, slow burn, and at other times is very loud and chaotic and rambunctious, and it blends these so well that the juke joint, which is where most of this movie takes place, I mean, I want to go there, you know? Like, I love the lighting, I love the string lights, it's got such a cool feel to it, you know, a very classy, but fun, free. There's just something about it that's just fun. I would want to go there. And even the scenes before they get to the juke joint, there's just something about the build-up. You know, obviously we know what this movie's about, so we know it's going to get very violent and very, very dark. But there's just something about the build-up to when they're assembling their, you know, staff, I guess, to create this juke joint and have an opening night. There's just something about a lot of these scenes that are very quiet and again, foreboding. It feels kind of ominous, like it's too quiet. And I really liked that. And then, of course, once you get to the actual juke joint and all that starts, I mean, Coogler took a page out of a couple people's books. I mean, Damien Chazelle, for one, Jordan Peele, he took a couple of notes from them, and my God, there is a shot that, I'm not going to spoil exactly what it is. It had me on the floor I was grinning the whole time, because I'm like, dude, this is awesome. This was such, not even just a cool shot, but such a cool idea. It was just such a really interesting concept and beautifully done from start to finish of that shot. Also, Ryan Coogler can do horror. Did not know that. It's not cheesy, it's creepy, it's subtle, it's effective, and it was a very good, very cool representation of what vampires can be. Because we've seen vampires in every single way. We've seen them where they're cool and sleek. We've seen them where they're funny. We've seen them where they're a little bit more over the top. This was one of those very spiritual, haunting, demonic, subtle, influential. They try to get into your brain and try to lure you out. And you can only tell that they're a vampire sometimes by just this little glow in their eyes. Obviously, later on, they have got the claws and the teeth and everything. But it was a very... I'm not going to say it was maybe super unique in terms of the look or anything, but it was just very effective. And the other thing I liked about this, too, is that, again, Coogler is able to blend two things that are very different very well together in this movie. You've got the Southern culture vibe and story going on, and then you've got this Lost Boys 80s rogue vampire gang thing going on. And even the music that goes with that, because a lot of the 80s vampire movies had like this electric guitar thing going on over top, and they even added that in. And it just was crazy how seamless it was. And even with a movie like this, where it starts out super deep and emotional, and it really is about the characters, once you get into the vampires section of it, a lot of times in these kind of movies, it can just kind of take off from there and just be all action and, you know, kind of lose the characters and lose the focus and the meaning of the movie. And there's absolutely, sure, this, you know, action scenes that obviously we want that at a certain point to get to these fighting the vampires and barricading and getting weapons and stakes and all of that. But it's still well done because they don't lose the characters. They don't lose the connections, the emotion, the meaning, and the themes. Last but not least, it's got a lot of very funny moments too, specifically Delroy Lindo. He is definitely the comedic relief character of the movie. And even the jokes that are like, okay, I could have written that. Just the way that they're put over and executed, it still makes it funny. Again, just little moments here and there, but they're really, really well done. I've got some middles, but I'm definitely putting them as middles because I don't really know if it's the movie or if it was just me. I've only seen this once. For me, I did just say that, you know, with the vampires and the action at the end, it still has a lot of the emotion and the character moments and themes and everything. I'm gonna, like, slightly amend that to say the very end, like maybe the last 10, 15 minutes, there's some things that where people end up, where it wraps up, I couldn't quite piece together what the movie was trying to say for some of it. Some of it for sure, but there were some themes, some things that they talked about that I didn't know if they came around to it again, you know, to sort of wrap up what they were, you know, talking about. Because there's a lot that they talk about in this movie. Money, power, culture, even and especially music, and how it's seen as, you know, an evil. You know, religion is another big theme in this, a huge theme, and how it's seen as evil, dancing and all this stuff. It's evil, and you have to stay in the house of God. But it's like, no, this is a freedom for us. This is how we express ourselves, and this is how we connect with other people. It was cool that they really explored a lot of this. And while the ending is still very emotional, for me, there was just some things that I wish they had touched on just a little bit more at the end. just a little bit. But again, I've only seen this once. There was so much going on that I'm just going to chalk it up to probably the next time I watch it, I'll fully get it now that I know what's going on. This is a type of movie where I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt because he had authority over this. He knew what he was doing with this one. So I am 99% sure it's just me. The other thing, and this is a very small thing, there's something about the vampires, a very specific cultural thing. They're there, and there's this other element in terms of, for those who have seen it, the alcohol that they bring to the juke joint, the two brothers, that I think connects why the vampires came there in the first place, but it's never explicitly stated. So I thought that was kind of weird that seems like a very... It's out of the blue about the vampires, you know, like this thing. It made for a very cool scene. But it just felt like there was this very heavily implied thing that they maybe had in a deleted scene and took out. I don't know. It just seemed kind of weird to me that there seems to be this connection, but it was never talked about. So Sinners is far and away, from me, Ryan Coogler's best movie. Now, I've really only seen Black Panther 1 and 2, and I've seen Creed. I haven't seen Creed 2 or 3, and I haven't seen Fruitvale Station. But I think that this is definitely, it seems objectively to people, this is his best movie. And I can see why. It is so well done in every aspect. The camera, he works that camera, and it looks good. The music, the acting, the tone, the setting, the themes, everything is so good. And yet it's not just like, let's just talk about these things in a drama. It's a vampire movie. It's cool. It's got cool elements to it. It's very supernatural and religious, but it's not over the top. It's subtle. They just do it so effectively. I can see why he directed some Marvel movies, because there was actually, in this completely non-blockbuster movie, there were moments where people were literally in the audience cheering, laughing, freaking out, hiding their eyes. People are kind of engaged in the movie and with each other. I had somebody next to me who we were like, is he gonna, oh no, don't do that. Like, it was very cool. I am very excited to get this one as quickly as I can when it comes out, so I can watch it again, because it's, again, not just the things that happen, but just how it makes you feel. And this is definitely topped as my favorite movie of the year so far, which I did not expect. I'm going to give Sinners a 4 out of 4, making it my next top shelf movie. Well, guys, there's all my thoughts on Sinners. I wanted to squeeze that in because it was so good, but keep your eyes peeled because we got a couple things coming up. And as always, keep your hopes high, your stress low, and movies right in the middle. I'll see you guys later.